Eamonn Holmes reunites with TV icon as GB News fans left saying the same thing. Eamonn Holmes reunited with his former co-star for the first time in decades. GB News viewers were left delighted as Eamonn Holmes was joined by his former GMTV co-star, Penny Smith, for the first time in 2 decades. The 65-year-old presenter kicked off Monday morning's program, August 18, alongside seasoned broadcaster Penny Smith, 66, who stepped in as the channel's latest guest host in an unexpected presenting reshuffle. Eamonn and Penny, who haven't shared screen time since their GMTV days back in 2000, are taking over GB News Breakfast on Monday and Tuesday, August 18 and 19 from 6 a.m. Discussing the announcement, Penny enthused, "I'm thrilled to be working with Eamonn again, and what a joy to be waking up the nation once more, bringing them the latest news with a healthy dose of fun along the way." Meanwhile, Eamonn expressed his delight, "I'm delighted to be working with Penny again after all these years. I'm sure all our viewers and listeners on GB News Breakfast will love her," reports The Express. Head of programming at GB News, Ben Briscoe, commented, "I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Penny to GB News Breakfast. Reuniting her with Eamonn Holmes after 20 years promises the perfect mix of warmth, wit, humor and razor-sharp insight, just what our viewers love to wake up to." Opening the show today, Eamonn began, "It's very deliberate that we are together here as Ellie Costello is off for a couple of days, and Penny Smith, it's fair to say, we've done it before." As GB News aired clips from Eamonn and Penny's early days on TV together on GMTV, Eamonn went on, "It's lovely to be doing it again with you. It's like old times," Penny replied, in a clip titled, "A Blast from the Past," as it was shared online. Previously announcing the exciting news on social media, Eamonn posted an Instagram photograph featuring himself and Penny in the London studio. He captioned the post, "Look who's back at which Penny Smith at GB News," while Penny shared on her own account, "Well, here we are again, for a couple of days." GB News also posted a clip from the studio featuring Penny and Eamonn, which he introduced with, "Wake up with a familiar face. She's back on breakfast television. Penny Smith returns." Penny chimed in, "Miss me? Well, I'm here, and I've brought the coffee." Eamonn informed viewers, "We're reuniting to brighten your morning," as she added, "It's just like old times. Only better." Fans quickly took to X to express their delight. One user wrote, "Loving this. Penny is thumbs up emoji," while another enthused, "Lovely. Very presentable Penny. Please stay lol." A third agreed, "Penny is great. Hope she stays," and a fourth suggested, "Need to be on more regularly together." A fifth added, "Proper telly gold, that. Nothing beats a bit of breakfast nostalgia to start the day with a smile." GB News fans react as Eamonn Holmes reunites with former co-star after 20 years. GB News fans woke up to a surprise during Monday morning's installment of the show in a host shake-up as Ellie Costello was replaced by another familiar face. GB News viewers were greeted with a huge surprise this morning after Eamonn Holmes was reunited with an iconic GMTV co-star for the first time in 20 years. The 65-year-old broadcaster opened the show on Monday morning alongside veteran broadcaster Penny Smith, 66, as the latest GB News guest presenter in a surprise hosting shake-up. Eamonn and Penny have not been seen on screens together since 2000 when they used to present GMTV together, but they will now be hosting GB News Breakfast on Monday, August 18 and Tuesday, August 19 from 6 a.m. Addressing the announcement, Penny gushed, "I'm thrilled to be working with Eamonn again, and what a joy to be waking up the nation once more, bringing them the latest news with a healthy dose of fun along the way. It's just like old times, only better." Meanwhile, Eamonn also seemed ecstatic about their reunion as he said, "I'm delighted to be working with Penny again after all these years. I'm sure all our viewers and listeners on GB News Breakfast will love her." Head of programming at GB News, Ben Briscoe, added, "I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Penny to GB News Breakfast. Reuniting her with Eamonn Holmes after 20 years promises the perfect mix of warmth, wit, humor and razor-sharp insight, just what our viewers love to wake up to." Eamonn usually hosts the morning show with his company presenter Ellie Costello, 31, from Monday to Wednesday, The Express reports. Sharing the exciting news online, Eamonn took to Instagram to share a snap with Penny in the London studio. He captioned the post, "Look who's back at which Penny Smith at GB News," as Penny shared on her own account, "Well, here we are again, for a couple of days." Meanwhile, GB News also shared a clip from the studios of Penny and Eamonn together, which he opened with, "Wake up with a familiar face. She's back on breakfast television. Penny Smith returns." Penny added, "Miss me? Well, I'm here, and I've brought the coffee, Eamonn told viewers. We're reuniting to brighten your morning, as she added, eyes just like old times. Only better. Longtime fans flooded to X, formerly known as Twitter, to share their excitement about the iconic duo's reunion online. One user exclaimed, "Loving this. Penny is thumbs up emoji." Another chimed in, "Lovely. Very presentable Penny. Please stay lol." A third agreed, "Penny is great. Hope she stays." Yet another echoed this sentiment, penning, "Need to be on more regularly together." A fifth added, "Proper telly gold, that. Nothing beats a bit of breakfast nostalgia to start the day with a smile." Eamonn Holmes slams Rachel Reeves in furious GB News rant, bad news for her. GB News' usual programming was interrupted as the latest update about UK inflation was delivered. GB News' breakfast program was halted for major breaking news as presenters Eamonn Holmes and Ellie Costello delivered the latest on inflation from the official national statistics ONS, which comes as a major blow to Chancellor Rachel Reeves. Ellie reported, "Inflation has risen once again, rising to 3.8% in July, that's slightly higher than economists had expected." She explained, "It's up from 3.6% in June and the Bank of England has forecasted that inflation will increase further this year and peak at around 4% in September." A frustrated Eamonn interjected, "That's bigger. I think these figures today are irrelevant, 0.2%. But if they're going to go to 4, that's very significant. That's bad news for us all." Ellie agreed, "Yeah, it is," and the ONS has commented on it this morning and said, "The main driver behind this is a hefty increase in airfares, the largest July rise since 2001. This prompted Eamonn to question, "Airfares? Why would that even be reflected in our lives?" His co-host suggested, "It's the timing of the school holidays, isn't it? So if the airfares have gone up, it's probably reflected in the inflation." Eamonn added, "I think in most people's day-to-day lives, airfares don't play a part, although I have to say as a commuter between London and Belfast, the fares are absolutely shocking and disgraceful." After Ellie remarked, "Well, you've noticed it then, I've noticed it," the 67-year-old fired back, "Noticed it? I've got to live with it. I mean, you could be paying £250 for a single fare, I could get to Brazil for £250. As the government has not confirmed how it will determine the cap on regulated fare rises in 2026, the formula used to predict inflation could see a major fare increase next year, with the cost of train travel jumping by 5.8%. Pressure group RailFuture told the PA news agency, "It would be outrageous if fares rose by that much." The ONS said the school summer holidays helped bump up travel costs last month, which helped drive up inflation across the UK. Grant Fitzner, the ONS's chief economist, said, "The main driver was a hefty increase in airfares, the largest July rise since collection of airfares changed from quarterly to monthly in 2001. This increase was likely due to the timing of this year's school holidays. The price of petrol and diesel also increased this month, compared with a drop this time last year." Food price inflation continues to climb, with items such as coffee, fresh orange juice, meat and chocolate seeing the biggest rises.